Attention strikes differently today. October 5th carries an energy few truly recognize, a rare alignment in time that opens doors beyond the ordinary. Today, the universe is speaking to those who are ready to listen. If you are seeing this message right now, it is no accident. Something within you is stirring, something ancient and powerful, waiting to rise. I am HENG, and in this video, we will explore why this day is unlike any other. You will discover the hidden currents of energy that influence your consciousness, the subtle signals that the world often ignores, and the exact steps you can take to prepare for a profound shift in your life. By the end of this journey, you will understand the significance of timing, the subtle openings that guide your path, and the inner practices that prime you for transformation. Few understand that specific dates carry the imprint of history, memory, and cosmic alignment. October 5th is one such day, echoing patterns that have guided seekers and warriors for centuries. It is a moment where the veils thin and choices made now ripple far beyond the ordinary. In this video, you will learn how to recognize these openings, how to align with the energy present, and why this alignment matters for the leaps your life is poised to take. Every second you spend in awareness strengthens your readiness for change. The knowledge shared here is drawn from the timeless teachings of Shaolin, blended with the insight of modern self-mastery. Welcome to our channel, Shaolin Soulfire, where ancient wisdom meets personal transformation. Subscribe now and step fully into the journey that begins today, as we explore the hidden forces of October 5th together. Some shifts cannot be measured by hours, days, or even years. They happen in a single moment, quietly, unseen, yet utterly transformative. This is the nature of the quantum jump. It is not a change that can be forced, nor is it a reward that can be earned through effort alone. It arrives when the inner world has prepared the ground, when consciousness has matured enough to receive what once seemed impossible. I have seen how seekers often misunderstand this truth. They chase sudden breakthroughs with frantic energy, trying to push reality into alignment with desire. But a quantum jump is not about pushing, it is about readiness. It is cultivated in silence, in disciplined practice, in the careful tending of thoughts and emotions. Each thought, each moment of awareness lays the foundation for the leap that will come without warning, yet with perfect timing. The quantum jump is a shift in perception, a sudden expansion of consciousness where the boundaries of the old self dissolve. Your inner state, calm, centered, aligned, dictates the outer reality that unfolds. When the mind is scattered, the leap is missed or delayed. When the heart is heavy with attachment or fear, the doorway remains closed. Yet when alignment is achieved, even the most ordinary day can become extraordinary, and the world itself responds to the clarity within. Ancient Shaolin wisdom teaches that the body and mind must move as one, that energy flows according to intention, and that mastery begins in stillness. In this understanding, the quantum jump is not magic, it is natural law. It honors preparation over urgency, presence over force, and alignment over desire. The shift is not something to be summoned, it is something to be earned through quiet readiness, attentiveness, and the cultivation of inner strength. In the heart of the Shaolin tradition, there is a lesson whispered through centuries. True power does not roar, it waits. It waits in silence, in the pause between breaths, in the stillness that many fear, because it demands facing oneself without distraction. Stillness is not emptiness, it is presence. It is the quiet alignment of mind, body, and spirit, where every thought settles and every emotion is observed without judgment. In stillness, clarity emerges like sunlight through mist. The mind, often tangled in noise and impulse, becomes sharp and discerning. Decisions that once felt heavy or uncertain reveal themselves with simplicity and precision. Emotions, too, find their rightful place, no longer driving action but guiding it with measured wisdom. This is why Shaolin monks spend hours in meditation and motionless practice, not as ritual for ritual's sake, but to anchor themselves in the rhythm of life that cannot be rushed. From this center of calm, every movement gains meaning. A gesture, a step, a word spoken, all carry weight because they arise from intentionality rather than reaction. Action becomes a reflection of inner mastery, a mirror of discipline cultivated over time. The strength developed in stillness is invisible to the eye, but unmistakable in effect. It is the difference between force that scatters and force that transforms. Ancient masters understood that chaos often surrounds even the most disciplined life. Yet by returning again and again to stillness, they could navigate storms with unwavering focus. The principle extends beyond the walls of the temple. In daily life, moments of pause allow insight to deepen, clarity to sharpen, and the subtle energies within to harmonize. Power, in its truest form, is never loud or rushed. It waits patiently in silence, ready to flow through every act, every word, and every breath taken with conscious presence. Discipline is often misunderstood. Many see it as limitation, as a chain that binds the spirit. Yet in the eyes of the Shaolin tradition, discipline is the path to freedom. It is the steady hand that guides energy, the quiet force that shapes character, and the invisible architect of transformation. True mastery is not born from sudden inspiration. It is forged in repetition, in ritual, in the commitment to return each day to the practices that cultivate strength, clarity, and balance. Shaolin monks rise before dawn, not out of obligation, but out of understanding that the smallest acts performed consistently create profound change. Each stance held, each movement repeated, each meditation embraced becomes a brick in the foundation of mastery. Over time, what once required effort becomes instinct, what once felt difficult becomes natural. Discipline does not restrict the spirit, it channels it, giving form to intention and purpose to action. Life mirrors this principle. The habits we cultivate, thoughts nurtured, actions repeated, moments observed, compound into patterns that define who we are. A single day of focus may seem insignificant, yet days accumulate into months, months into years, and suddenly transformation is undeniable. The power of discipline lies not in spectacle, but in consistency, in the unseen devotion to growth that the world rarely notices until the results emerge. Ancient wisdom teaches that the mind without discipline is like water without a vessel, scattered, uncontrolled, and fleeting. Discipline shapes the vessel, allowing energy, intention, and action to flow with precision. Through structure, freedom is discovered, the freedom to act with confidence, the freedom to remain composed in chaos, the freedom to ascend beyond ordinary limitations. Small, deliberate steps, practiced faithfully, are the secret to monumental shifts. Mastery is never sudden. It is a patient journey, walked each day with awareness, dedication, and reverence for the process itself. Every moment carries energy, subtle yet undeniable, flowing through the mind, the body, and the spaces between. To move through life without noticing this current is to drift aimlessly, responding to external forces rather than guiding them. Mindfulness is the practice of observing these energies, watching thoughts, feelings, and impulses as they arise, without judgment, without attachment. It is in this observation that true awareness begins. Ancient Shaolin teachings recognize that emotions and thoughts are more than fleeting experiences. They are vibrations, signals that shape the reality around us. Anger, fear, or doubt radiate outward, influencing not only our actions but the circumstances we encounter. Conversely, clarity, calm, and focused intention draw opportunities, synchronicities, and alignment. Energy flows where attention goes, and awareness is the key to directing it consciously. Through consistent mindfulness, the mind becomes a mirror, reflecting patterns that were once hidden. The restless chatter of thought slows, and the subtle cues of intuition grow louder. This awareness creates a space between stimulus and response, a space where choice arises. One no longer reacts unconsciously to every event or emotion. Instead, actions are measured, deliberate, and in harmony with one's inner state. This is the essence of self-mastery, the ability to maintain composure and clarity even amid chaos. Energy awareness is not a skill confined to meditation. It permeates every gesture, every decision, every interaction. It teaches that the inner world and outer reality are inseparable, each shaping the other in an ongoing dialogue. By cultivating mindfulness, one learns to sense disturbances before they manifest, to nurture vibrations that attract growth, and to move through life with precision, grace, and conscious intent. Mastery begins not with external power, but with the quiet attentiveness to the currents within. The river of life cannot flow freely when debris clogs its path. So it is with the mind and heart holding onto old fears, outdated beliefs, and unresolved attachments blocks the movement of consciousness. True transformation, the kind that propels a quantum jump, requires the courage to release what no longer serves, to step lightly into the unknown with trust and clarity. Shaolin philosophy teaches that attachment is the root of stagnation. When the mind clings to comfort, familiarity, or past identities, energy becomes trapped. Movement slows, awareness dulls, and potential remains dormant. To progress, one must confront these invisible chains, not with resistance or judgment, but with calm acknowledgement. Each thought or habit released is like clearing a stone from a stream, allowing the waters of insight, energy, and possibility to flow unobstructed. Releasing the old is not a one-time act, it is a practice, a gentle but persistent discipline. The mind and heart are cleansed not through force, but through observation, acceptance, and deliberate letting go. By examining the beliefs and fears that shape daily actions, by questioning whether they uplift or constrain, one creates inner space. This space becomes fertile ground for higher consciousness, where new awareness can take root and grow. The process is quiet, subtle, and often imperceptible at first. Yet its effects ripple outward. Perspectives shift, choices become lighter, and life aligns with a rhythm that feels natural and expansive. The old, once released, no longer defines the boundaries of possibility. What emerges is not just freedom, but readiness. A readiness to embrace transformation fully, to step into a reality that reflects the depth, discipline, and clarity cultivated through mindful practice. In letting go, the self is reborn, aligned with a higher current that was always waiting to guide the next leap. Purpose is the compass that guides every step of a seeker's journey. Without it, energy scatters, effort dissipates, and even the most disciplined practice can feel hollow. Alignment with purpose is not discovered through force or desire. It is revealed through reflection, stillness, and honest inquiry into what resonates deeply within. Each choice, each action becomes a mirror, reflecting whether life flows in harmony with one's highest mission. In the Shaolin tradition, warriors and monks alike were trained to move in accordance with their inner truth. Every movement, every meditation, every teaching was rooted in clarity of purpose. Action without purpose was empty, like striking a bell without sound. When intention aligns with the soul's path, effort multiplies, and every gesture carries weight far beyond its appearance. Energy follows meaning, and meaning magnifies impact. To align with purpose, one must pause and ask which actions honor my values, which thoughts cultivate strength rather than distraction, which choices expand consciousness rather than bind it. Reflection uncovers patterns, highlights distractions, and illuminates the steps that serve the greater self. In this alignment, the outer world becomes a reflection of inner clarity. Decisions flow more easily, relationships deepen, and obstacles reveal themselves not as barriers, but as teachers. The power of purpose-driven focus is subtle yet profound. It channels scattered energy into a concentrated force, amplifying results that might otherwise take years to achieve. Discipline, mindfulness, and mastery of self are most effective when anchored to meaning that resonates at the deepest level. A quantum jump is never random. It emerges when inner work, intention, and life's rhythm converge. In the stillness of reflection and the precision of purpose, the next leap becomes inevitable, guided not by chance, but by the resonance of the life one is truly meant to live. The path of transformation is rarely smooth. Even the most prepared mind meets resistance, sometimes from the world, sometimes from within. Fear rises, old habits pull, and doubt whispers its familiar refrain. True progress is not measured by the absence of obstacles, but by the ability to remain centered and steady despite them. This is the essence of inner resilience, the quiet strength that allows a seeker to endure, adapt, and continue moving forward. In Shaolin practice, resilience is cultivated deliberately. Monks endure rigorous training, repeating movements countless times, facing physical and mental challenges that test limits. Patience is forged in stillness, endurance in repetition, and adaptability in the constant flow between challenge and mastery. Every obstacle becomes an opportunity to strengthen the mind, to refine focus, and to cultivate the unwavering presence required for life's unpredictable currents. Inner resilience is not mere toughness, it is the balance of strength and flexibility, courage and awareness. It teaches that resistance is not the enemy, but a signal, a mirror reflecting where energy is stuck or where clarity is needed. By meeting resistance with composure rather than reaction, one transforms friction into momentum. Challenges cease to derail progress. Instead, they refine it, shaping a foundation capable of supporting profound leaps in consciousness. When the mind and heart are resilient, a quantum jump becomes stable and lasting. Energy flows without unnecessary loss. Intention aligns with action, and transformation takes root deeply rather than fleetingly. Each trial endured with patience strengthens the foundation, each moment of awareness in difficulty sharpens the mind, and each adaptation to circumstance reinforces confidence in one's path. Resilience ensures that when the leap occurs, it is not fragile or fleeting, but grounded, enduring, and fully integrated into the life that has been consciously cultivated through discipline, awareness, and quiet strength. The mind often moves faster than the self can follow, carrying impulses, judgments, and distractions like a river in flood. Observation is the skill of stepping to the riverbank and watching the current without interference, seeing each thought, emotion, and reaction with clarity. In Shaolin tradition, this witnessing is the cornerstone of self-mastery. To know oneself fully is not to judge or suppress, but to observe honestly, allowing insight to arise naturally from the act of awareness. Daily reflection sharpens this skill. Each evening, or in quiet moments, one can review actions and choices, tracing their ripples through life. Patterns emerge, some subtle, some repeated so often they are almost invisible. These patterns reveal the habits that support growth and those that hold it back. Reflection transforms experience into understanding, and understanding into conscious direction. The smallest insights, accumulated over time, guide decisions with precision and reduce the influence of unconscious impulse. Observation and reflection together form an inner compass. When the path feels uncertain, awareness points the way. When challenges arise, it illuminates responses that are measured rather than reactive. This inner clarity allows the mind to navigate the unseen currents that precede a quantum jump. By observing without attachment and reflecting without judgment, the self begins to harmonize with deeper currents of energy, timing, and purpose. In ancient practice, the warrior or monk would spend years in deliberate observation, watching their breath, movements, and thoughts, until awareness became second nature. Modern life offers the same opportunity if approached with patience and discipline. Through observation, one learns the truth of the self. Through reflection, one integrates that truth into life. Together, they form a guiding light, steady and unwavering, leading toward transformation. Awareness becomes not just a skill, but a way of being, a compass directing every step toward the leap that lies ahead. A quantum jump is not an idea to ponder or a goal to chase, it is a transformation to live. It begins quietly, often unnoticed, in the alignment of thought, intention, and action. The shift is not in the outside world alone. It manifests first in the mind and heart, and then flows naturally into every choice, every movement, and every interaction. True mastery is measured not by knowledge gained, but by the consistency with which it is embodied. Integration is the bridge between insight and reality. Lessons learned through reflection, stillness, and discipline must move from understanding into daily practice. Each breath taken with awareness, each action performed with purpose, strengthens the new state of being. The body and mind become instruments of consciousness, and life itself becomes a mirror of the inner shift. When stillness and reflection guide action, Each decision arises from clarity rather than impulse, and every step resonates with intention. In the Shaolin way, this embodiment is not rushed. A monk's movements, though precise and disciplined, carry a sense of calm inevitability. Strength without awareness is clumsy. Awareness without practice is empty. Only through the integration of both does transformation settle deeply, becoming part of the self. Thoughts are refined into clarity, words into truth, and deeds into service. The elevated state is not a performance for others, but a reflection of inner harmony and mastery. As the shift takes root, life begins to respond differently. Challenges are met with patience and insight. Opportunities appear in alignment with purpose, and energy flows with effortless precision. Every moment becomes a chance to reinforce the new state, to live fully within the transformation. The quantum jump, once theoretical, is now woven into the fabric of existence. To embody, it is to move through the world as both observer and creator, grounded in discipline, guided by awareness, and aligned with the highest expression of self. October 5th is more than a date on the calendar. It is a doorway, a rare moment that invites awakening and deeper alignment. The practices we explored, stillness, discipline, mindfulness, and self-reflection, are not just teachings, but tools to prepare for a profound shift. They guide the mind and heart into harmony, creating the inner space where your quantum jump can naturally unfold. Remember, transformation is not only about changing circumstances, it begins within, in the subtle expansion of consciousness that shapes every thought, word, and action. By letting go of what no longer serves you, by observing and reflecting on your patterns, and by acting with purpose, you step into a higher state of being. Each small, deliberate choice strengthens the foundation for lasting change, bringing clarity, focus, and resilience into daily life. Take this day as an invitation. Move with awareness, honor your inner journey, and allow the energy of transformation to flow through you. The shift is gentle yet powerful, like a river carving new paths over time, quiet but unstoppable. May this moment guide you toward your highest potential, and may each step you take today reflect the discipline, presence, and wisdom you cultivate within. If this message resonates, join our growing community of seekers. Like this video, subscribe to Shaolin Soulfire, and walk this path of inner mastery and transformation with us. Peace, clarity, and strength be with you as you step fully into your evolution.